Hey, friend. I want to talk to you about something that's not just hard, it's profoundly challenging and ultimately totally life-changing. It's a topic that touches every single one of us, regardless of our background or experiences. Forgiveness. Now, if you're like me, you've been hurt before. We've all felt the sting of betrayal, the ache of disappointment, and the weight of injustice. Maybe it was a harsh word, a cutting remark that lingered long after it was spoken, a broken promise, a vow that was carelessly discarded, leaving you feeling abandoned and devalued, or something even deeper, a wound that refuses to heal, something that you're carrying in your heart, a burden that feels impossible to put down. And let's be real, it can feel almost impossible, utterly insurmountable to let go of that pain, to release the anger and resentment that have taken root in your soul. But for those of us who follow Jesus, for those who have embraced the teachings of Christ, forgiveness isn't just a nice idea, a philosophical concept to ponder. It's a command. It's a cornerstone of our faith, a non-negotiable aspect of living a life that reflects the love and grace we've been shown. In Matthew 6:14, Jesus says, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." It's a powerful statement, a direct link between our ability to forgive and our own experience of divine forgiveness. That hits home, doesn't it? It's a reminder that we are all recipients of grace, and that we are called to extend that same grace to others. He isn't saying forgiveness is optional, a suggestion to consider if it suits us. He's saying it's essential, it's absolutely vital for our spiritual well-being and our relationship with God. So why is it so important? Why does Jesus place such a high premium on forgiveness? Because unforgiveness is like a chain. It's a heavy, constricting burden that binds us to the past. It keeps us tied to the hurt, preventing us from moving forward and experiencing the fullness of life. It weighs us down, crushing our spirits and dimming our light, and Jesus came to set us free. He came to break those chains, to liberate us from the bondage of bitterness and resentment. When I hold on to a grudge, when I harbor anger and resentment, the only person I'm really hurting is myself. I'm poisoning my own well, so to speak. But when I forgive, I'm choosing freedom. I'm unlocking the chains and stepping into a new reality. I'm choosing to trust God with my pain, to surrender my hurt and anger to His loving care, knowing He's the ultimate healer, knowing that He can mend the broken places in my heart and restore me to wholeness. But let's get practical. How do you actually forgive? What does it look like in the day-to-day trenches of life? It starts with a decision. It begins with a conscious choice to release the other person from the debt they owe you. Forgiveness isn't a feeling, it's a choice. It's not about condoning the wrong that was done, but about choosing to release the grip that the offense has on you. I have to decide, sometimes every day, multiple times a day, to let go of resentment, to refuse to allow bitterness to take root in my heart. I pray for the person who hurt me, even if my heart isn't quite there yet, even if the thought of praying for them feels like the last thing I want to do. Sometimes I just say, God, help me forgive, I can't do it alone. I acknowledge my own limitations and ask for divine assistance. And here's something beautiful, something that often gets lost in the conversation about forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It doesn't excuse the behavior or minimize the pain it caused. It doesn't mean you have to trust that person again. It's perfectly acceptable to establish healthy boundaries and protect yourself from further harm. It means you're choosing to release them into God's hands. You're entrusting their actions and their consequences to a higher power. You're saying, Lord, I trust you with justice and with healing. I believe that you are capable of bringing good out of even the most painful situations. If you're struggling to forgive, if you're finding it difficult to release the hurt and anger, you're not alone. It's a common struggle, a universal human experience. Take it to God, pour out your heart to Him, express your pain and your struggles. Remember the cross, remember how much you've been forgiven. Reflect on the immense sacrifice that Jesus made for you, and allow that to fuel your own capacity for forgiveness. And ask Him for strength to do what feels impossible. Ask Him to empower you to release the bitterness and embrace forgiveness. I promise, when you step into forgiveness, when you make the choice to release the hurt and anger, you'll find peace you didn't even know was possible. A peace that surpasses all understanding. So let's walk this road together, this path of forgiveness, trusting that God's way is always the best way, knowing that He will guide us and sustain us every step of the way. You've got this. You are stronger than you think, and you are capable of far more than you realize. And with Jesus, you're never alone. He is always with you, offering his love, his grace, and his unwavering support.